Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning from Berlin. It's early morning in Berlin. I don't know where you're from, but right now it's 10 a.m. and we start punctually. And yeah, we're happy to welcome you to today's ITB Academy webinar for exhibitors. My name is Jessica Naranjo Martínez, and next to me you see my colleagues. This is Christina Freier from ITB Berlin team, Maren Hönninger, also ITB Berlin team, and Wegener, our press officer for ITB Berlin. So have fun and feel free to ask questions in the Q&A window. We will have a quick overview on the topics for today, so you can see what is waiting for you. So today, the webinar has 4 parts. We will start with the planning tools and upcoming deadlines. And as I said, you can write your questions during the whole webinar in the Q&A window. And also afterwards, we have a bit of time to ask your questions. So let's start with the planning tools. We dedicated a whole webinar area, a whole website area for your trade show planning tools, tips and tricks. You should check out the website. We also uploaded the exhibitor guide, which is available in 3 languages. And new is our co-exhibitor guide, which is a reduced information you should forward to your co-exhibitors so they get the most important deadlines as well. And also new is the ITB toolbox. We will talk about that later on. It's really a great tool, so you can see all the tips and tricks and services you should make use of to get more context, to gain more context for ITB Berlin. Important could be the stand constructor manual for your stand constructors, obviously. You should forward this information to them as well. We will upload the webinar afterwards and also the presentation, so you can watch it and read through it afterwards as well, or send it to your colleagues. And newly produced for you is the exhibitor tutorial, or there are various videos you should watch, and they talk about how to use the virtual marketplace, how to change your entry there, how to upgrade, etc. So let's go on to the next slide to see what are the next upcoming deadlines. If you have not done so far, please urgently send your co-exhibitor details. You should have done it until the 15th of December, but this week is still the chance to send them. So please make use of the PDF, which is available in German, English, and Spanish. Or if you have many co-exhibitors, you can also use the Excel file for your convenience. You should send them this week so you make sure they appear in the app and they appear in the online catalog and the quick finder, etc. Another deadline I want to point out to you is the 31st of January. Make sure that you register your stand events until then. New this year again is that evening events can start from 6 p.m., but of course upon approval and fees might occur. More details you can find in the exhibitor guide also for February deadline, so have a look into this exhibitor guide. Now I hand it over to my colleague Christina, and she's talking about stand construction approval and admission.
Good morning, everyone. So this is my part now. The good news are not every stand needs approval. So just make sure that you read the technical guidelines first, because in the technical guidelines you will find the most important data for your stand construction. For example, double-decker, large stands where visitor aisles must pass. Those stands need a stand construction approval. But if you plan a small stand without any visitor aisles passing, without a double-decker or any special constructions, you do not need approval as long as you follow the technical guidelines. But if you do have a double-decker, if you have a large stand, and if you feel better if you have approval, make sure that you send in all details until 15th January, so you have 3 days left, to the email address below here, messetechnik@messe-berlin.de. Our colleagues there can also answer you all questions regarding your stand construction, so please feel free, if you're not sure if you need approval, make sure that you ask them before the 15th, so if you need approval, they can still tell you. Then we keep on with the 3 entrances for pedestrians during our construction and dismantling phase. So make sure that you check the nearest entrance of these 3 if you come by feet. If you come by car, you should definitely have a look at our traffic guide. Before, for example, on Tuesday, 7th March, so the day just before ITB starts, the access for cars ends at 3 p.m. So after 3 p.m. there's no access for cars anymore. So make sure for any other details to check the traffic guide and to carry a deposit of 200 euros in cash with you if you enter by car. Anyhow, if you come by feet or if you come by car, make sure that you have your exhibitor pass with you. For all exhibitors, the exhibitor pass is valid to enter the fairgrounds during dismantling and construction times from 7 to 10, 7 in the morning to 10 at night. Your stand constructor, they can order construction and dismantling passes in our web shop for free. So for exhibitors, it's the exhibitor pass. For stand constructors is the dismantling and construction pass. If you want a scheduled delivery, if you want to have a time slot and a guaranteed delivery on time, you can also contact our official forwarding agencies. You see all the contact details here, Agility and Schenker Fairs. They will be happy to plan your deliveries with you so that you do not lose any time in the construction time. We already talked about tickets. Your exhibitor passes will be, in order to create exhibitor passes, you will be given a certain number of codes. This depends on your stand size, so it's hard to tell for everyone yet now at the moment how many passes you will, or free codes you will receive. Those codes are in the process of being sent. So either in January or the beginning of February, you should receive, or all main exhibitors should receive the codes for free passes. If you need any additional passes, you can order them either in our web shop, contact our representative in your country, or you can just buy them at the registration counters on site. So these are the 3 ways to get additional passes. I just announced the web shop. The web shop is your place to order all additional services for your trade show presence. So from tickets, as I just said, or the whole stand construction, stand equipment, maybe even technical installations or the flower arrangements, whatever you need for a successful trade show presence can be ordered in our web shop. You find the link up here. Just follow the link and you will go to our web shop there. If you have any questions, you may always contact our web shop team. They're there for you between normal office times, German office times, but they are also available via email. The main question is always, how can I register? The good information is, if you have been exhibiting before, you just keep the login information you had last year. So same username, same password. If you forgot this, you can easily request a new password within the login section of our web shop. Or if this is too complicated for you, you may also contact our web shop team. They are there for those questions and they will help you definitely. If you're a new exhibitor, you need to register yourself on the web shop. It's very easy. You will see the register link. After the registration, you will receive an email with a link to create your password from our web shop team. And very important, to finish your account registration, do the authorization, very hard word for us in German, with the respective button. So do not forget this to really start ordering and be ready for that. Then sometimes we had questions about co-exhibitors who, for example, want to buy additional exhibitor passes or reserve a parking space. If you want your co-exhibitors to order this on their account, on your co-exhibitors account, just tell them that they need to register. They can register. It's the same process as I just said for new exhibitors, registering, waiting for the link with the password, and do the authorization. If you want, for example, your stand constructor to order on your account, as the main exhibitor, you can create a co-orderer right here in the web shop directly. You can authorize them to do your orders. So this is very easy. You just follow our web shop, the menu, and they will tell you how it went, how it goes. Then you can also manage your contacts. So, for example, if you have several contact persons who order, maybe there's one for the ticketing, another one for the stand construction, you can include all persons who are allowed to order in the contact management. And if you have several invoice addresses, you can also do this, include these in the address management. So it makes it easier to select during the order process who is ordering and on which account are you ordering. So this makes it a lot easier if you do that before you start ordering. The most frequently asked questions you will also find in our web shop. So look here for the different topics. So if you have any questions regarding the registration or the ordering process, the cancellation, whatever, you will find the most frequently asked questions here. But if you need personal assistance, you are also free to ask our web shop team. You have the data down here. So this is all about the web shop. Please make sure to order most of the things in the beginning of February, because if you're late on the orders, it might add up to additional fees for you. So make sure that you order until beginning of February to minimize the costs for you. And now I will pass on to my colleague, and she will get more information for you about the contact.
Thank you, Christina. Well, many of the exhibitors ask us how can they do or how can they gain more contacts, and we again recommend to you the website where we summarized all the tips for you. It's an interactive website, so have a look at that. But we also created a PDF that you can download. It's called the ITB Toolbox. And yeah, you just can download, or you can click on the quick links so you can get all the information respective the different topics. And we will start with ITB PR services. So I will pass it over to my colleague Julia to tell you tips about PR services to be successful in PR activities for ITB Berlin.
Good morning, everyone. So I'm going to speak about the PR services for exhibitors. ITB Berlin definitely is the place to get international media coverage. But the question is how to get the media's attention. Journalists like email best, they say, because it keeps all pictures in one organized place instead of all over the place on various platforms. So please always email. As much as possible, emails should be personalized, cordial, and professional. Have a guess what is the least favorite method? Well, phone calls. You want to annoy a writer? Call him, especially after you sent him an email to which he didn't respond and then also did a follow-up. Always keep it short. You have to get the editor's attention with a subject line plus the first line or two of the email. And you have to close it with the first 2 to 4 paragraphs. Journalists get 1,000 emails a day. Unless you're someone they know, you'll need to find another great way to catch their attention. One way of achieving this is by having an amazing subject line. Since writers need to get through so many emails during the day, they don't have time to read through all through a wall of text, so keep your pitches concise and to the point. If the journalist has to read 1,000 words of unparagraphed text, download a PDF or reply to your email just to find out what your company does, he is very likely to ignore your email. So make sure you answer the following 3 questions in your short pitch. Who is your company and what is it that you do? Who are your competitors? And why do you think that you're better than your competitors? Write clear pitches. Don't use vague language. Misleading pitches only waste the time of everyone involved. If a journalist finds out that you misled him somehow, he will never forgive you for it. And don't send 20 emails regarding the same story. You can write 1 email and then follow up a few days after. Anything more than this will be considered spamming. The press guide makes it easier for journalists and bloggers to get in direct contact with exhibitors. It is available to media representatives in Hall 6.3 and online. The entry in the ITB Berlin press guide is free of charge for exhibitors and can be submitted online, as I said. Press kits or press box helps distribute your latest news and press releases, which should be issued no later than January. You can rent a press box for German and or English press information in our media center in Hall 5.3. The booking form is now available online at the BECO web shop or an online press kit via our virtual marketplace. Make sure you have well-prepared press information packs available for journalists who attend your press conference or visit your stand. Your press pack should contain general press information about your company as well as your products and services, if possible with good quality photographs. The media are always particularly interested in a company's business performance with statistics. A press conference will draw more editors if you plan to unveil a significant breakthrough, demonstrate major new products, or otherwise have a highly newsworthy announcement. The costs always depend. If you need an extra room, it will cost, of course, but if you do it directly at your stand, you have no expenses, besides catering, for example. If you go with the second option, the only thing you have to take care of is to coordinate the time with us, with the press department, so we can discuss what would be the best time slot for your company's press conference. The key to media relations. The art of media. Sorry, I think I have to switch back to the last slide because I haven't finished yet. I'm sorry about that. So, so the key to media relations is what I'm going to talk about now. The art of media relations emphasizes the word relations. You need to understand what's important to editors and then find ways to blend their interests with your company's news. So therefore you have to know your audience. You should research a magazine and review past issues to see the types of stories they like to run and focus on specific sections of the magazine that might be appropriate for your news. You can get more detail about readership obtaining their media kit, for example, and you can see what stories the magazine plans to run in their editorial calendar. So the next slide is about your topics that are the key to your success. I just going to tell you that celebrities, fascinating activities on your stand, and newsworthy announcements potentially attract greater coverage. And I also gave some examples which you can read in this slide. So I move on to the next slide to keep it short, which is the last slide. So we invite you to let us, ITB Berlin, spread your message. So you're more than welcome to send us your content for either press releases on your specific topics, for interviews, meetings with the press, or press conferences, or any publication by the ITB newsroom. And you can also share your news with our LinkedIn and Sing groups. You can plan your press meetings or press conference during the trade visitor days. And you can give us your press dates for the event calendar, which we will publish online. And I also suggest that you read the full article on how to do successful public relations at ITB Berlin as well. Thank you very much. Now we take it over again. Many exhibitors
ask us, well, actually, where can I find my entry of my exhibitor entry of my profile? And I will show you where it is displayed and how you can improve it and how you can upgrade it. First of all, we will take all the information from the stand application, your basic data, and this is displayed on the online catalog, the ITB Berlin Virtual Marketplace, in the ITB app, and also in the printed exhibitor list, which is within the ITB Quick Finder. First of all, please check your online entry in the Virtual Marketplace and keep it up to date and appealing. If you have any changes, then you need to log in within the exhibitor area of the Virtual Marketplace, save your changes there, and then they appear in the ITB app and also in the Quick Finder. So if you have changes in your name or anything, please log into the exhibitor area of the Virtual Marketplace, save your changes there, and it appears automatically in the other media. If you want to log in to the Virtual Marketplace, well, first of all, good news, the login data from last ITB is still valid, you can use it. But also, if you're a new exhibitor, then the login data was sent to you via email by the Virtual Marketplace team. Or if you can't remember or you can't find it, etc., you can always contact them. You find the exhibitor page of the Virtual Marketplace here. Or you can watch our exhibitor tutorial videos, which just talk about exact this topic. So you can learn how to log in, how to change your information, how to upgrade, etc., step by step. If you want to book an upgrade within the online catalog or the ITB app, you can log into the Virtual Marketplace, again, the exhibitor area, and there's the button Online Shop, and you easily can just drag and drop the things you want to order. And, for example, you can order there a digital press box, which is shown in the Virtual Marketplace. For the ITB Quick Finder, which is included in the ITB News, ITB Berlin News, you can directly contact our service provider, Exhibitor, our partner, and you talk directly to Jean-François if you want to. Next slide. So where can you find some more information or more opportunities about sponsoring and advertising? Again, we recommend our website where you can find a full overview of all the possible things you can do online, on-site. Yeah, and you just click through it, or you can download the PDF. And in the PDF, you can find all the information as well, and also the contact details of our colleague Inga Schmid, who is responsible for the sponsoring and advertising. Another great way to find your contacts always is to visit networking events. And we want to point out some of them that take place at ITB Berlin. First of all, there's the ITB Berlin Speed Networking, which will take place the third time this year. And for ITB Berlin 2017, it will take place on Thursday in the morning from 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. in the City Cube. And this time it's new, that's an 8-minute pre-scheduled meeting possible. So exhibitors and buyers of the buyer circle meet, but they have to pre-schedule their meetings beforehand. So many of you ask probably, okay, how can I take part? I want to take part, of course. Main exhibitors will receive an invitation. This will be sent 25th of January. And in this email invitation, main exhibitors will find the information how to invite their co-exhibitors. So if you're a co-exhibitor, you get the information from your main exhibitor. Which is really important information for main exhibitors is that only if you accept within this matchmaking tool for the speed networking, if you accept your co-exhibitors that try to register, then they can take part. If you ignore it or you decline it, then they won't be able to take part in the networking. The registration for the matchmaking tool for this event is possible until the 19th of February. And the matchmaking phase will start the 13th of February. So you should register and create your matchmaking profile as early as possible to be ready to go on the 13th of February. And only exhibitors who have fixed appointments can take part. So if you're registered in the matchmaking tool, but you cannot fix any appointment, any appointment with a buyer that is interesting for you, without any appointment, it's not possible to go to the on-site event. Another great speed dating event is the blogger speed dating, which is also happening on Thursday, 9th of March. But it was so successful that it's already booked because registration started already in December. So save the date for next year if you're not registered for this year. If you're into responsible tourism, then we recommend to visit our Responsible Tourism Networking, which takes place on Friday, ITB Friday, 10th of March. And you do not have to register for that. You just go to Hall 4.1 after 6 p.m. and attend the networking event. Always a great possibility is our ITB Berlin convention. You can meet your peers there, you can network, you can chat, and you get informed about the newest trends and information of the tourism industry. Takes place from Wednesday to Saturday. Check out our ITB Berlin convention program and visit us in the 8 convention halls. Well, now I give it over to Christina again, and she talks about more services and tips to get more contacts.
So this is me again. From our exhibitor survey, we found out that the main goals for exhibitors are meeting existing customers, but also to find new contacts. So you may wait for walk-ins at your stand, but more successful you will be if you search for companies beforehand, so if you do some homework before the show starts, and you schedule meetings with those interesting companies for you. There are 2 ways that we present you. One is an international index to research for tourist enterprises. So we ask our representatives in all over the world to send us the most important contacts of the travel industry that is present in their countries, and this added up to this long PDF where you find contacts organized per country. And as we are a German trade show, we know that there's a big interest in the German travel industry, so we also published a list of German tour operators that might be of interest for you. And just check the lists. You will find them on our website in the section Planning Tools to see if there is someone interesting for you. The contact details are included in those lists, and you will be able to contact them to schedule an appointment. Before the show, we also recommend our advertising materials. For example, this great banner that you see down here, you see that you can personalize it with your hall and booth number. So just go online on our website, check for the banner generator, include your hall and stand number, and then you can easily use this graphic in your email, for example, on the footer of your email. Same you can do with our logo. It's just a JPEG that can be included in your email for free, so you make sure that everyone you write an email from now on until March knows that you're at ITB, and they can contact you for more information, to schedule an appointment, and so on. And if you have contacts, the great thing is that you can also send out ticket voucher for your clients, either the new clients that you want to meet or existing clients. The great thing about it is that only redeemed vouchers will be charged in the end. So you can send out, for example, 100 voucher codes. If 25 of your customers use this code and come to your booth, only those 25 will be charged. The charge is 15 euros, including the VAT per voucher. So if you are interested in that, check our web shop in the category Tickets and Parking Space to order this. Jessica also told in the beginning about events at your stand. It's mandatory to register your events, the events that you do at your stand until the 31st of January, so that our security personnel, that they know where events take place, just in case. And if, for example, if it's a bigger event, if we have to put more personnel, more staff there. So it's really mandatory if you plan anything at your stand, if it's a small press conference, if it's at the weekend, if you do some dancing, if celebrities are coming to your stand, just make sure that you register. Then you can also, on the form, you can also choose to have this event published for free in our event calendar. So everyone who goes to our event calendar, this is the search that we have online, can either search for a keyword or for a certain category, a certain date, whatever, and you can choose to be included in this. If it's a public event, of course. If it's a private event, you do not have to include this. Events can take place from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. without any further additional costs. But if you plan an evening event, Jessica already said that fees might occur. So make sure to check our webshop for the respective forms, so you have all the information there. If you need more information, you can also contact our colleague, Christina. She will be available for you for all your questions regarding the event calendar and the events at your stand. Besides that, for your follow-up, also very important, but sometimes forgotten, on our online tickets, you see this an example down here. On our online tickets, you see a QR code down here. This QR code includes the information on the name, the company, and the email address of the badge holder. So you, for example, can download a free app, a free QR code reader. We recommend Enigma, but there are several more on Apple or Android to read this QR code, to save the data on your phone, and then afterwards put it on your computer to do the follow-up. So very easy, cheap way, because most of the QR code readers, the apps are for free. So this will be one way to read all the online tickets. For the tickets bought on site, we cannot offer this service, but what you can do there, or for all other customers, you can also rent a business card scanner in the web shop. It's €80 plus a small deposit, and it makes sure that all the people who come to your booth and you get a business card from are automatically, through this card scanner, digitalized and put in your database. So check the web shop if you need more information, and check your App Store or your Google, how is it called at Google? You see, I'm an iPhone user. But anyhow, so check the store, the Android store, for more information on the QR codes. Now I pass on to my colleague Maren, and she will get more information how to get the B2C audience to your stand.
So hi everybody. Now we come to the last part, the part how you can attract the general B2C public at ITB Berlin. Of course, we want you to be very successful at ITB, so really try to change your booth for the weekend and create a welcoming atmosphere. First of all, you have the opportunity to organize a cultural, culinary, or playful highlight at your booth. You can show some music or typical dances, or use mascots to attract the general public. We communicate your highlights at our ITB Berlin website and in our print advertising without any extra charges. Therefore, please contact our colleague Stephanie. You can see the email below. Another possibility is to gain more attention is to participate at our big ITB travel raffle. It takes part on Saturday and Sunday, each 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. and gets the attention from nearly 5,000 participants. To take part in it, you need to sponsor a travel prize, preferably a whole package with transfer and accommodation. You will be promoted as a sponsor at our website. in our newsletter, in our print advertising, and at our Facebook page. Just contact me until the 16th of January. The third possibility to attract the general public is to be a direct seller at the ITB weekend. Here you have the opportunity to sell your wonderful journeys directly to the public. If you tell us which travel product you sell, we will include this in our B2C campaign. The contact person here is Mrs. Samar, and the email you can read below. Thank you and goodbye.
Hello everyone. This was our presentation for today. We thank you very much for your attention. As Jessica said in the beginning, the webinar presentation and webinar video will be available on our website in the course of next week. So just check out this if you want to forward it to your colleagues, for example, if you found it so interesting that your colleagues should also see it, share it with them. And your opinion is very important to us. So when you close the window, you will a post-webinar survey will pop up. So we kindly ask you to leave your opinion for us so that we can get even better for you. So let's see if there are any more questions in our Q&A. I'm just checking now if there are any questions that we have not answered yet. We have some more time. We have about 5 more minutes. So just check the Q&A section if you have any additional questions on the right-hand side. As it seems at the moment, they are all questions answered. So we say goodbye to everyone who does not have any questions. We look forward to seeing you at ITB in March. If you have any questions, you may also always contact either your main contact person or our general email, itb@messe-berlin.com, and we of course will be there for your service. So as it seems, there are no additional questions. So thank you for your attention, thank you for being with us, and see you in March. Bye-bye.